Good morning and welcome to Cincy Lifestyle on this Tuesday. We certainly appreciate you choosing to spend a little time with us this morning. Mona, good morning to you.
Well, good morning, Clyde. It's so good to see you and talk to you. I love it. I can't wait till we're together again, but in the meantime, it's always just good to see you on TV.
Oh, that's so sweet. And on that note, folks, have a good morning. I'm done for the day. Mona, I know you're very sentimental about things, so I know you've been through that experience where you've been looking for something and you discovered kind of an unexpected treasure, right? It's like boom,
yes.
All of a sudden. Well, there's a story out of London about a guy who bought some stained glass that he was going to use to create a new custom window, and what he actually discovered was something of a treasure. It's an 80-year-old, it's a stained glass window that's been missing for 80 years. He didn't know at the time that's what he got, but that's what he got. This window was removed from a church in World War II, and he gets this box with 600 pounds worth of stuff in it and looks, and there's the window. So he calls the church, and guess what the church tells him, Mona?
What? Yes, please bring it back?
Nope, not interested. You can keep it all for yourself. We already got a window. So, that's what happened. He's now got this thing that he's trying to decide what he's going to do with it. But, at the end of the day, he found some history.
He really did. I hope he uses it and maybe it could be on display or something in the community where he lives.
Yeah, that would seem to be a good use of it. But boy, you never know what you're going to find once you start looking.
You know what? You have said it and nailed it, Clyde. You never know what you're going to find if you go to an auction like he did, or even for me, like a thrift store. But speaking of uncovered treasures, do you have any Star Wars toys in your house? Well, Cincinnati has a deep toy history. I think we all know that. And much of that is thanks to Kenner Toys. And there's one man who's had a big impact on childhood play, especially for those Star Wars fans. And he, too, is from the Tri-State. Meet Kim Simmons.
My name is Kim David McNeil Simmons. I'm known as the man who shot Luke Skywalker.
For the forces at be, we all know that's not how Luke Skywalker dies. What Kim is actually referring to is the power of the Force behind his camera.
Still works. I did the packaging photography for Star Wars when it was here in Cincinnati, when Kenner was here.
Star Wars figures, R2-D2.
Kenner Toys was childhood to so many. The Cincinnati-based company produced hundreds of popular toys for decades, giving Kim the opportunity to work on big brands such as Nerf, Beetlejuice, the Cindy doll, and of course, Star Wars. So from 1981 to 2001, Kim's downtown studio off 6th Street was where he visualized, produced, and shot all that work. Now keep in mind, this was a time before digital, so Kim would create the shot in his head, then build a set from scratch, with every toy and figurine presenting a unique challenge.
I just figured it out. Well, I gotta make mountains. I'm not gonna use a backdrop. I have to create it. In fact, that's how I did Rancor. As I started putting my head together on this, it's okay, this is how I'm gonna do it. So what I ended up doing is I got a box about this big, it was about 2.5 feet, and I started spackling the heck out of the box. And then once I got all the spackling done, I just took spray cans of blues and grays and whatever, and I just started spraying the heck out of it. A little bit of black here, a little red, whatever I had out. I said, yeah, I like that.
Kim shot toys for Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Episode 1 Phantom Menace, and the toy line Power of the Force. Each designed to fire the imagination of girls and boys everywhere, fueling the force of play.
I was teaching kids how to play, what to play, how to use mind, use imagination. You'd go out there right away, you'd open up a box in the middle of winter, right after Christmas, or Christmas Day, you were out there with a Hoth toy in the snow trying to play and make Hoth World. Or you'd wait till summertime and all of a sudden you're doing your thing out there in indoor, whatever. That's what you were doing. You were thinking, you were creating. You didn't know it, but we taught you how to play at the same time as be creative.
Luke's force is strong, but we've got him now. Oh, no, you don't.
You've got to let kids play. Teach them how to play. You don't learn to play by, and I know this is a digital world, and I was the first, literally the first, as I've been told, the first digital photographer to go commercial. But as we got more and more digital, we lost the play. When you're using a scene from the movie, that's nice, but where's the creativity for the kid you're selling the toy to? You know, you have to give them something. You have to let them learn. And believe it or not, those toys helped you guys get to where you are.
Believe it or not, your windows can make a huge difference in how your house looks and how energy efficient it is, which is why Windows Direct wants to help keep money in your pocket and your curb appeal high with windows that work for you. Here now to tell us more about it is Chris Carey, the president of Windows Direct USA. Chris, thanks for talking to us this morning.
Thanks for having me on, Clyde. I'm super excited to be here, and I appreciate the opportunity.
We're glad to have you. So let's dive right into the fact that right now ACs are running really hot and heavy because it's hot outside, but you say your windows can make a difference. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So at Windows Direct, we really take a data approach to our windows. So what we've come up with is an exclusive glass that's exclusive to Windows Direct USA. It's actually called indium. Everyone's heard of low-E glass, but this indium glass is on the cutting edge, and it does an incredible job.
It keeps some of the sunlight out, right?
Absolutely. So as the sun's blaring down on your home, it reflects that solar heat, doesn't allow it to transfer to help warm up the home. So it keeps the home much, much cooler.
Well, let's talk about the other thing that's important to a lot of people right now, which is the safety aspect. As your crews are in their homes working, what precautions do you take?
Yep. So we monitor the health of all our staff daily. We check for temperatures. We make sure that the job site's clean. We wear a protective face mask while we're in the home. So we're taking all the necessary recommended guidelines to make sure that the customers, our staff, and everyone's families are safe.
Okay, and you also offer virtual visits too, right?
Absolutely. So very popular right now. If you want to get new windows, doors, or a bath, but you don't want to have a project manager come to your home, with just a few photos and a few sample measurements, we can quote the project over video conference, just like we're doing now, and get you a free price within just a few minutes.
Okay, and you're big on helping people keep money in their pockets, so talk about the instant rebate that you're offering.
Absolutely. So not only do Windows save money on our efficiency, we've worked out some great deals with our manufacturing partners and our financing partners to where we can actually offer right now up to $1,000 instant rebate on your purchase for windows, doors, or baths.
All right, so let's help people connect with you to take advantage of all these offers and the virtual visit and the instant rebate.
So the best way to get a hold of us, Clyde, is to go to our website, as you can see right behind us, windowsdirectusa.com. Or you can give us a call at 513-418-1560, and we'll get you set up with your free pricing.
All right, Chris, thank you so much for talking to us this morning.
Absolutely. Glad to be on.
Yes, sir.
Well, when it comes to local music, Cincinnati has a wide variety to choose from. Well, we met a local band, Sylmar, in our digital lounge, and we got a taste of their unique sound. Take a listen.
Survivor ever cried and laughed a fountain, tends to have a ball, super sober.
Thank you for being with us a little bit. So tell me, first of all, how a guy from North Carolina, somebody who's from Columbus, and somebody from elsewhere in the state of Ohio all came together to form this band. How did that happen?
A lot of us went to UC at one point or another.
Okay.
So we were all just in the kind of Clifton, UC area playing music.
Well, as I was observing, the level of musicianship that you display when you play makes it sound like you guys have been together forever. How do you accomplish that?
These four are extremely talented at their instruments, and they were already very, very tight, good musicians on like a singular level coming into this group. And, we've been able to kind of like work out the kinks and play a lot, like you said earlier. So it's been really pretty easy for us to get tighter over time just by playing a lot.
but you play a variety of musical styles. How did you hit upon that particular variety of music?
So Chase has, a background of everything. I grew up loving Frank Zappa and also being able to play jazz really well. So although we have kind of maybe a more indie rock style guitar band, our rhythm section really grooves.
What do you find that people like most in terms of the music that you play?
I think people really like the groove. I think that it allows them to dance. Being a kind of a nut on stage, I play off of the rhythm a lot. So
I saw you were a little high energy. You were a little high energy there. Just a little.
For this right now. You know what I mean, right? But I think that beyond being very tight musicians, liking a lot of different types of music, but having a really groovy rhythm section, I think.
As I'm reading your bio, you were selected Best Indie Band and Best New Artist Cincinnati Entertainment Awards. What does that mean for a band like this?
Yeah, well, we didn't win, but we were nominated, which is pretty cool. We worked our butt off those first 2 years and played a lot. So we managed to get, for like a band that's only been around for 3.5 now, but 2 years at the time, we got a lot of people to shows, and a lot of people really enjoyed the high energy set. So I think that's why we might have got nominated.
So you have new music coming out on this coming Saturday. Tell me about that.
There's the lulls in between shows and things like that where we're just kind of noodling with guitars, and doesn't always translate into that high energy live show. And I think that's kind of what this is. It's all the kind of stuff that we've been sitting on for a while, that some of these songs we've been writing for 3 years. And we finally just decided to kind of package it up and be like, here's some of the stuff we do in between shows and things like that, and show like a different side of things, because I think we do experiment with a lot of different genres of music. I think it's important to, and I think this is a good representation of maybe more the softer side of things for what we do.
What's happening Saturday? Tell me where and when.
We're releasing the rest of the music, and we're going to have a release show. It's going to be at Motor and Woodward. We've booked 8 bands, including ourselves, from Cleveland, Louisville, Lexington, and then a bunch from Cincinnati. There'll be bands in the basement of Motor. There'll be bands on the first floor of Motor. There'll be us over at the Woodward with Bendigo Fletcher and this Pine Box.
Kind of a Bandapalooza.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
All right. So what time and what's the admission and all that good stuff?
So music starts at 8 p.m. at both Motor and Woodward. Admission into the show is $15.
Okay, so all right. And if people want to learn more about the band, learn more about your music, how would you recommend they do that?
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. All our music's on Spotify, as well as most common streaming platforms.
Okay, all right. Well, gentlemen, thank you.
We love getting involved with the community and when we all grow as one. Now, part of that growth is challenging what we know and what we've been taught. One of these moments came up while we were exploring the community of Loveland. A member of our Native American community challenged us to learn more, and we answered that call. To help us learn more, I want to welcome Cinnamon Kills First, an author and documentary filmmaker from the Northern Cheyenne Reservation in Montana. Thanks so much, Cinnamon, for talking with us this morning.
Thank you.
Cinnamon, we recently mentioned the Sandcreek Massacre and a notorious general who was from the Cincinnati area. Now, what can you tell us about that terrible event?
The Sandcreek Massacre occurred on November 29th in 1864, and it was an incident where there was a previous agreement made between the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribe and the government that if they stayed within a land boundary, that they would be protected. On that day, Chief Black Kettle rose an American flag and a white flag of truce that were tokens of the agreement, but yet still at dawn, General Shivington and his troops proceeded at the break of daylight to shoot into 100 sleeping lodges. At the end of the massacre, 200 women and children primarily were slaughtered, and the soldiers took body parts and paraded from the massacre site about 180 miles back into the city of what is now Denver, Colorado.
So, given that history, one of the messages you promote now is healing through writing. Can you tell us what that means and how you do that?
Absolutely. So our tribe has been working on the Sandcreek Massacre Spiritual Healing Run. So for years now, we've gone back to the site, offered prayers, acknowledged that history, told the stories to our youth, and then ran relay style the same journey that the soldiers once ran. For us, it's a way to reclaim that history and empower our youth. And so I have written about this in an essay called My Relatives at Sandcreek, because Ellen and Arthur Brady were survivors of the massacre. They birthed Mary Brady, who is my grandfather's mother. So it's important for me to tell the stories for our ancestors who didn't make it through that day.
In addition to that, you also encourage indigenous-centric learning in classrooms. Explain that to us.
Absolutely. I think it's important for all people to acknowledge that wherever you are living in the United States of America, you are living in some indigenous people's homeland. So it's important, the same way we maybe pledge allegiance to the flag, if we could create moments of pause and gratitude to the ancestors and the indigenous people who caretook the land that you're living on, that would definitely shift the way a day would begin. Also, indigenous-centric learning means that you recognize all four parts of self: mind, body, heart, and spirit. Whereas the school system today really focuses on mind and a little bit on body. So if we could raise social emotional learning and connection to self and to one another, I believe that would massively change the trajectory of American school systems today.
Well, let's talk a little bit now about where people can connect with you to read your work or see your documentaries.
Absolutely. So I have a website. It's cinnamonkillsfirst.com. CINNAMONKILLSFIRST.com.
All right, Cinnamon Kills First. Thank you so much for talking with us this morning.
My pleasure. Nia Ish.
Well, coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, coming together in joy and positivity. That's right, the Black Family Reunion is back, but there are some changes this year. So we'll talk to the reunion's executive director about what's new and how you can get involved. We've got all that and more in just a few minutes, so stay with us. Welcome back. During these uncertain times, it's important to remember to pull together as a community, and one event seeks to uplift and celebrate the Black community and family structure in particular. This is accomplished through education, sharing, and positivity. And here now to tell us more is Tracy Artis, the executive director of the Cincinnati Black Family Reunion. Tracy, thank you for being back to talk with us once again.
Thank you, Clyde. Good to see you.
Yes, ma'am. Good to see you. So as we mentioned, you were here before and you shared with us a little bit about how the Black Family Reunion got started. Would you mind refreshing our memory?
Dr. Dorothy Irene Height, who's deceased now, but 32 years ago had a vision to do Black Family Reunions all over the country, not just here in Cincinnati, but Black Family Reunions were held in Chicago, Atlanta, Washington, D.C., and Baltimore area, Los Angeles, Chicago. So her vision was to have a 3-day event that would educate the Black family on everything from health and wellness to education. There's the entertainment component. There's a component for seniors, youth, and young adult. So Dr. Height actually came here for a lot of her plenary sessions, and Procter & Gamble was the main sponsor to kickstart, if you will, Black Family Reunions nationally.
So this year's reunion, like a whole lot of other things, is going to look different because of the pandemic. Tell us how.
We're going to have a virtual event that will kick off this Thursday with our BFR speaker series. Pastor Jamal Bryant out of Atlanta, Georgia, will kick us off with our BFR speaker series on Thursday. Then Dr. Odell Owens will do a virtual event for our Heritage Breakfast on Friday. There'll be a list of Black businesses and restaurants that you can go to myblackfamilyreunion.org and support and order from restaurants and businesses during this weekend. And always, we hope. We also have a live gospel concert. Everything will be on our Facebook page live. If you go to myblackfamilyreunion.org, you can register there. We have a gospel concert on Friday evening with Kier Shear. Then Kenny Lattimore is our urban concert on Saturday. We have Pastor John Gray with our Sunday morning worship on Sunday. So everything that we offered before, Clyde, is back, but it's a virtual experience. But we do have a one-day call to action. Saturday, August 15th, will be at Sawyer Point in the main parking lot area for a drive-through experience.
Okay, all right. Just a little bit of time left. Very briefly, who's the family you're highlighting this year?
Oh, our family of the year, Iris and Jesse Rowley. A wonderful family, owners of Roadshow Awards. Iris is a nationally recognized activist and has did so much for Cincinnati, helped to write the collaborative here in Cincinnati. and has led a lot of peaceful protests in the city, along with her husband, Jesse Rowling. So they're our Family of the Year this year.
Okay, great. Little bit of time left. Tell us how people can connect with you and get more information.
You can get more information by going to myblackfamilyreunion.org. Please come out to the park on Saturday, where we will offer free COVID testing. There'll be back to school supply giveaways. Park and Gamble will have mask and sanitizer giveaway bags. So there'll be something there for everyone. Food box giveaways. That's 10 to 5 Saturday in the main parking lot at Sawyer Point. Feel free to call 513-229-0502 for more information, or visit our website.
All right, lots going on. Tracy, thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you.
Mona?
Bye-bye.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Well, we'll be back with more Cincy Lifestyle on the other side of the break. Plus, be sure to check us out on Facebook. I'm telling you, that's where we post all our guest segments, community stories. They're all there for you to watch and share with your friends. So like and follow us right now at facebook.com/Cincy Lifestyle. We'll be right back.
Quick look outside, mostly cloudy skies this morning, but as the day wears on, you'll see more sunshine coming through. However, that just helps to heat things up a little bit, so there might be some isolated chances for storms later on this afternoon during the evening. Temperatures topping out, Mona, in the mid-80s.
Well, Clyde, during the cloudy time of today, you can think of me in my outfit. That's why I wore yellow today. Yeah, a peak of sunshine. And so reach out to us. We always love hearing from you. You saw all the ways on your screen. Thank you so much. Hey, we've got a great show coming tomorrow, so we'll see you then. Make it a great day. Thanks for watching our video. And if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before, or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, we love to say it, make it a great day.